Welcome to the greener pastures of Erangel, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It is the 9th of February 2023, and we are on Erangel. I'm not sure if Lou is in this game. I'm pretty sure he's still healing and he's still alive on Miramar, but we'll find out in just a little bit as we start the second half of tonight's Pro Scrims. Proper question mark at the top of the leaderboards after an impressive 15-kill chicken dinner in game number 3. Will that success translate onto Erangel? Only time will tell. 1 o'clock to 6 o'clock plane path, very much over Sosnovka Island, and has got the potential here, I have to say, for an esports circle, but we'll keep an eye on the situation and see what ends up happening. We don't want to jinx ourselves too early now, do we? We've got Pacific and FaZe Clan close-ish to each other. We've got a couple of teams clearly going North George. Win or Die and UgaBuga maybe having a couple of arguments there. We've got Sumo Jabs in with the solo lot. Entropic have got Pachinki. Soniqs will be going beyond that. I have to say, so far, it's looking pretty chill with the possible exception of FaZe Clan and Pacific, which seems... Is this going to develop into a slightly awkward situation? Oh! Not going to get run over, mate. All good. Gustav will indeed be moving to Milta with the rest of FaZe Clan. That's fine. UgaBuga and Win or Die both agreeing to take a vehicle each. Uh-oh. Well, they haven't looted guns yet, right? UgaBuga actually getting the jump on Win or Die there, potentially. They'll be the first ones to go across the bridge. Okay, so we've got North George and South George. Hey, it's an esports circle. Here we go. We've been waiting for this. This circle, ladies and gentlemen, ends right about here. Oh dear, oh dear. We've gone full esports with this. If it wasn't try hard before, it sure is now. Absolutely delightful stuff. And once again, literally as far as possible from Austrian Force. What do these guys have to do to get a circle, man? What do they have to do? This is rough. This is legit rough. Okay. We'll find out as the game goes on, won't we? Allen Oil, of course, the only team in the circle right now. Everyone else is going to be looting and possibly rotating very quickly indeed. Crosscow, leave them alone. Oh dear God, Crosscow, leave them alone. And actually everyone else more or less down by the coast as well. Okay, Crosscow won't even get a shot on the final car. Oh, will he? He thought about it. I'm going to say he thought about it. Pacific Esports will let FaZe Clan go. They are going to be the first ones across the East Bridge. North and South George. Yes, we've got Solo Hospital and nearby. That's all cool. Batulin's moving super early. Super early. And without the... Well, not super early, but early-ish. And without the rest of his team. So I'm guessing they've got vehicles that they can use. That's all fine. I mean... Bridges are going to be a thing in this game, guys. They're just straight up going to be a thing. I don't know what else to say. It's going to be rough. Rough for some people. And potentially for others as well. Primal, very, very close to MTB. Rotating almost the same way. You can see NaVi very close to CTR. Eski then follows in the buggy. Got 2 more members of Primal following in the Dasher. Everyone seems to be playing ball so far. Off in the distance, are we going to see Soniqs joining the party? Looks like they might be. A little bit more consideration from them. We have actually got a couple of shots. This is drive-by cam. Whoa. Oh, okay, that didn't work as well as I thought it would. Trimsy very happy to take pot shots at everyone and everything. But it's actually multiple teams here at the moment. I feel like they shouldn't be... Sonic shouldn't be feeling too good about this right now. They probably have realized they've passed multiple teams and that this is just a little bit more dangerous than they would have signed up for. Everyone's going for the boats. No one's going for the bridge. And Tropic on the south side of the bridge. No one's interested there. Primal's almost bullying MTB and Soniqs out of position so that they can have first dibs on the boats. Soniqs, in the meantime, just aren't happy with this at all. And they basically will not get any of the coastal area as a result. They were maybe 10 seconds too late. Rotations coming in from PCIFIC Esports. They did not contest FaZe Clan earlier. They did not need to. What was going on? Whoa! It's a portal to another dimension. And in this time, what's in it? Oh. Oh. I'm sorry, guys. I really wanted that to be interesting, and it really wasn't. I don't know what else to say. Soniqs. They've taken this hotel compound here. The boats on the coast have been nabbed by MTB. They've been nabbed by Primal over there. And as a result, Soniqs are probably going to have to do a late ferry rotate or a late rotation over the bridge when it comes to phase 2. Toxic players are getting toxic by FaZe Clan. Fex gets traded out. Gustav very low on HP. Doesn't matter. Dragon Pup and 762 will be able to finish things off here. Julian does not need to get revived at the moment. FaZe Clan in almost complete control here. Dragon Pump coming to try and finish off Blazor. And toxic players have been bridge camped. Meanwhile, on the coast, STARDUST have landed. And they've definitely heard the commotion. They might not have seen anything yet, but they've definitely heard it. Oh, if he gets that shot onto Fex. Fex finishes healing. Toxic players out. Dragon Pump with the grenade, by the way. Finish that up. Alrighty. Solo, Twisted Minds, Win or Die. All of the gray teams are coming in a little late. Soniqs going a bit further afield. Seeing if they have any more boats around Primorsk. You know what? I think they might. Yeah, there's one there. And there I was hoping that we would have a late push in and around the bridge. No, Soniqs have they've got a boat. They should be fine. And they'll be able to move on to Sosnovka Island. What's that one tree I can see in the distance that's loaded in on the observer? Also, that's the biggest tree ever. What's going on there? Uh-oh, hello. Twisted Minds and Win or Die. Oh. Batulans, of course, with the off angle, are in an awful position. Both teams actually in not a great position. Extents getting taken out here in the middle of a field. Goose Yara struggling, wanting to body block so that he can revive. Not going to happen. Spyro finishes off Extents. And in reply, Win or Die finish off 2 members of Twisted Minds. No winners here, unfortunately. Not yet, anyway. 17 teams and 65 players left alive at the 8.5-minute mark. And I feel like 762 might have gotten away with it just a little bit here. He gets the knock onto Metabe, but I feel like the rest of STARDUST could have been closer, could have been in position to cover for their teammate. Because look at how far the rest of FaZe Clan are from 762. Little bit fortunate there, but that's okay. They now know that STARDUST are there. The element of surprise is gone. Celtic actually been taken down by Dragon Pump. So actually, to be fair, maybe I was giving STARDUST a little bit too much credit there, and FaZe Clan had all of this under control. Dragon Pump there with an excellent long-range SLR shot. So perhaps that's good. Perhaps we're all fine. Question mark still on the north side. Twisted Minds and Win or Die still on the north side. Oh, hello. What's happening there? I don't know. Spyro versus Leosh. Spyro not in the vehicle, has possibilities here. Will finish off Leosh. I think he had a headshot before he actually came back. Hyruzen with a beautiful grenade, but it needed to go under the car for it to do the damage he wanted it to do onto Spyro. That follow-up made it be slightly short. Fantastic nade and a really good spray as well. If that Molotov finishes off Spyro, it will! Absolutely delightful stuff from Hyruzen. This is a war of attrition, and suddenly now, it's only Batulans left. Win or Die, Twisted Minds, Little bit of mutually assured destruction going on here. That is a delightful nade, but I feel like Hiruzen is behind enough hard cover that it won't do any damage. Batulans might be in trouble if this car blows up. It's about to. Needs to crawl away ASAP. And Austrian Force. I mean, this is ridiculous. Beautiful grenade. That's it. That's got to be it, right? No, it's not. I beg your pardon. On the other side of the car, Hiruzen has got 4 frag grenades left. I feel like you might as well use them. Austrian Force coming in with Vashku doing a drive-by. Looking for Batulans. And why not? That's a fantastic throw. Batulans gets Hiruzen. Oh my god, you guys are stubborn, man. Just as Batulans eats a grenade and somehow gets knocked by it, I don't even know how that happened. Surely that's the grenade that killed him. I don't know. Anyway, they're dead. There was a lot of phase 2 angry stubbornness from those two teams. Mutually assured destruction has happened, and UgaBuga and Austrian Force are now the ones stuck on the main island alongside Solo, while phase 2 properly makes this an esports circle. Remember, guys, I said we're going to end here somewhere. I reckon we still will. I reckon we still will. Diggory being very, very cautious. Super duper cautious there. Not enough for Zoka to get far, and Zoka gets the double. Diggory down as well. Vashku wrapping around, looking for the insta flushes, gets them. That's actually confirmation that the teammates are at range, and therefore you don't need to rush to finish them off, but they do anyway. Austrian Force up to 5 kills, all 4 of them are still alive. But a very tricky situation to be in, to say the least. PCIFIC Esports and the Woo also in the heat of battle at the moment. PCIFIC have got some hard cover and a building that they are hiding behind. Zoka gets taken out and traded by T-Bone. That was crucial for Buga, turning this into a 2v3. Otherwise, they would have just continued to bleed out. So stemming the tide there, making things very interesting indeed. Question mark versus FaZe Clan. They are properly going at it, hammer and tongs. This is just north of the plane crashes in military base, by the way. Fex gets taken out. Fex takes out even Hoba as he moves it to the other side of the dip. Phil first trying to trade, does successfully trade. Gustav is left. No, I beg your pardon. Dragon Pump as well from God knows. Wow, that's far. Gustav is there. Dragon Pump is there. Question mark should be able to get Hoba up. Oh, beautiful headshot from range onto Gustav. I think that was Faultlessly who got that, and that is going to allow Hoba to be revived, taking him straight into the dip, not messing about, and question mark survive with 3 alive. It looks like we've got Hwin and Co for the Soniqs in a horrible position as well. The only player left alive is Hwin right now. 3 members of the team getting taken out by Primal. Sumo Jabs has been knocked, to be fair. It wasn't a clean fight from them, or a perfectly clean fight, I should say. However, Primal do comprehensively take this compound. Not 100% sure what the positions look like before it started, but phase 3 does confirm the circle is going to go exactly where we said it would. Excellent. Right. Dragon Pump's going for it. YOLO mode is happening right now. Hoba spots him from range. Gets a tag off. I think that wasn't onto the helmet. It wasn't. It's still at full health. Gustav might be able to come in and lend a bit of support. I feel like question mark haven't really been putting shots his way. So Gustav has the opportunity here to be the element of surprise for FaZe Clan. Remember, though, being down to 2, there's a limited amount they can do. And I get the feeling they're not just going to be hunting question mark down, because they have actually got the possibility of getting into the next circle and possibly playing for position here and trying to get some placement points. The Woo in. PCIFIC Esports deciding to leave them alone. But Quizzy not having the reciprocal agreement. Picks off Noxy, grabs a point, calm as you like, and suddenly the rest of PCIFIC Esports, I don't think, have vehicles. And if they don't have vehicles, that could be problematic. Do they know how close people are? Oh, no. I don't think they do. I don't think they do. Nixie is feeling it right now. Will they be able to get away? Oh, PCIFIC. Just a little bit too slow, unfortunately. Question mark. Now ambushed by Stardust. Very rude, of course, considering they were busy fighting FaZe Clan. Oh, Ainen and Faultlessly had a bit of a moment there and then realized, hang on a second, these aren't friends. They get taken out as well. FaZe Clan do indeed aim to get into circle. We were talking about that earlier. They weren't going to blindly rush into question mark. If they can play for placement points, they will. It's part of what the scrims is all about. The Woo are now on the outside of the zone with PCIFIC. Now, PCIFIC have no vehicles available, so we think they're going to be in a rough spot. Not sure about the Woo, though. Wait and see in a second. Tropic, who have been on the south side of the bridge for God knows how long, down to a duo very quickly indeed. It looks like Lucarux and QB are unfortunately not close enough to lend any sort of assistance to Eva, so they're going to have to back out from here. All of the water has been cut out, by the way, of the next zone. Huin's going to have to move into Primal. That's going to suck. Going to have to think of some way to do things. Not sure how, if I'm being perfectly honest. The third partying is real, after all. Taking out a team. They're up to 4 kills, but now we've got MTB Esports attempting to do exactly the same thing to them. CTR and Eski, both with the high ground, looking onto Ainen and Hibako. AfterAlt have got all 4 of themselves left alive, but I feel like MTB are the ones who can dictate the pace of this fight. PCIFIC Esports out to the Woo, but remember the Woo are still very much... Oh, God. Well, I think this says it all. We knew they were in trouble. I wasn't quite sure how much trouble. Now we know. Melman patiently waiting for Ibby. And there's no first aids here. This isn't a lose situation, guys. Just saying. Ibby is denying the point. He's saying absolutely not. You are not getting any of that. That's the Woo eliminated. NaVi used a little bit of utility into the smoke. I think that was reasonable considering the position he was in. I think Austrian Force might be able to mop up both Entropic and Solo here as well. Entropic opting to wrap to the east, but they're going to move into NaVi. I'm not sure how much that's going to be good. QB. Oh, Vashku missed the initial spray with the M4, but more than making up for it with the SLR. Austrian Force up to 7 kills. Tough Entropic down. Solo, remember, still very much inside the blue. They're taking an awful lot of damage per second now. This is phase 4. Although speaking of chill, they clearly didn't get the memo. MTB Esports and Junzi is down to a solo player, and rather than contest the FaZe Clan on top there, they've decided to move into this compound here, possibly because of the third party potential of AfterAlt. I feel like that's what it was. Austrian Force now properly into the gatekeeping. A little bit complicated by the fact that it's actually NaVi attempting to gatekeep them. Silas up to 3 kills solo as they go to 8. Looking for Alya. It's Alya and Uba versus Silas at the moment on this side of the circle. I thought they were both going to be doing some gatekeeping. It turns out they're gatekeeping each other. Uba with a sick grenade. I'm pretty sure that was the first one onto the edge of the zone against Sosed. So Solo are eliminated. Suddenly Austrian Force are the ones being hunted. More utility getting chucked their way. Example, in fact, taking on a... Yeah, of course NaVi are just fighting two teams at once and casually destroying everyone. What is going on? They've got the north. They've got the south. Okay, okay. Flexing a little bit there, are we, NaVi? That is a beautiful grenade, for example, to finish off a party beat. Austrian Force have been eliminated now as well. Example, looking for Feynotto. Sees Feynotto. We'll be able to report back to the rest of the team. Primal now joining in. Now, remember, Primal were all the way down here at one point. They were the ones that eliminated Hwin by this compound by the cliff. So they're actually moving further in. Hwin being very, very quiet. As MTB have taken the single story that he would otherwise have liked. Junzi hasn't spotted him, though. I feel like there's a chance he can actually crawl in. Example doing work. NaVi are on fire this game. Absolutely on fire. AfterAlt have got all 4 of their players left alive, though. As have Primal. It is not a done deal by any stretch. NaVi hitting the deck in order to get a heal off early on, not wanting to have a teammate revive him. And Primal backing off here. Primal feeling the pressure from the third party there, possibly from FaZe Clan, just doing a lot of damage from the high ground. And they've decided, why are we pushing into NaVi here just so that we have this position that's still outside of circle when we could be doing something a lot safer? That makes a lot of sense for Primal. NaVi are also on a tear. They're up to 9 kills at the moment. They can afford to chill out here for sure. FaZe Clan still finding Primal. This is brutal. Absolutely brutal. Great shots from Gustav onto Dunlop. We're not quite getting the knock, but coming very, very close. And they very much feature in the next circle. They've got the highest ground in Phase 6 too. So again, relatively close to where we said the circle was going to end in Phase 1, remember, guys. These teams will be quite used to finishes like this. That doesn't make it any less brutal, though, mind you. Just because we've seen it before and we know what to expect doesn't make it easy to deal with, guys, does it now? CTR spotting Primal now, wanting to get in on the action as well as FaZe Clan. Primal, they're so split and they have so little cover, and they've done so well at basically just not getting knocked, staying behind trees and stuff, staggering their moving. Oh, caster cursing. Alya gets Jogez. I don't think he's getting revived, let's be honest. Primal have juked basically the entire server for the last 2 minutes though, guys. Like, that's kind of just true. I think NaVi can almost sit there and wait for the rest of the his team to catch up to him, depending on who actually makes it in. Sumo jabs knocked, picked back up. FaZe Clan now knows someone's close. Oh, not sure about that. And poor Primal. Continuing to get stuck. Everybody using them for target practice now. NaVi have that on lockdown and they should be able to move up onto FaZe soon as well. This is the scary push right here. Smokes to obscure the windows. Making sure that no one can be behind them. Impressive grenade onto CTR there, I have to say, from Primal. But ultimately, I think this is going to be a struggle. Hwin eliminated. Oh, that's a Mark 12 from Ainen. That's rough. So that's Soniqs. Another top 6 finish for Soniqs, though. Doing pretty well here indeed. Dunlopper has been spotted. Bullet to the bum. That's going to be Example with their 10th kill. And FaZe are in between NaVi and AfterAlt. I don't know if this is I don't know if this is a position FaZe want to be in, guys. I don't know. NaVi just making sure now that there aren't any random survivors that are going to be joining them on this side of the hill. That's why they're so intently looking into it. Next circle, Donuts. Did a bit of a northern skew, but the important point is FaZe Clan still very much have this compound. AfterAlt have 50% of the circle just to themselves. Danny Man's got a crate. It's not even a bait crate. He can take this for free. It's a Groza. He's got fresh level 3 gear in there, and I don't even think FaZe Clan have the ability to stop him from taking it. They're going to be pretty pleased with themselves. He'll grab it in a second, I am sure. No man can resist the allure of a fresh crate. When I'm playing with mates, by now we would have had 3 people on motorbikes, not even caring. Zoom! Straight to the crate. No messing about. Dannymon's actually not going for it, by the way. He feels like it's bait, which is fair. NaVi holding the north still. They don't really need to move that much. They kind of don't want to move into FaZe until they know AfterAlt are doing some amount of damage. Oh, Dannymon, take it. Take it. There's still time. Take it. This one's been taken. Not this. It's right here. Okay, okay. You can't but hope. AfterAlt are actually playing it very sensibly. 6 kills and all 4 alive. They're in the top 3 as well. They stand to pick up a decent haul of points from this game. Klim is going to be the player closest to middle of the circle, phase 9. This is phase 7, though. We're still going to have one more contraction before we move into the dot. We're just chilling. FaZe don't want to move out of this compound, by the way. The hard cover and the fact that the blue zone is preventing players from sneaking around the edge means that FaZe Clan are very happy to stay on the high ground. This phase 8 has just made it very interesting indeed. So FaZe Clan have to move out. The edge of phase 8 is somewhere here, which means suddenly this compound has become the poison chalice. FaZe Clan have no choice but to move out. AfterAlt can hold them out on the south side. NaVi can hold them out on the north side, or NaVi can rotate all the way around and try and take the low ground completely from AfterAlt. There are 2 different ways NaVi can play this. But no matter how you look at it, FaZe Clan have to move down from up there. And both NaVi and AfterAlt know it. All they have to do is keep one person watching. And that one person in this case, I think, is Ayinen. Mark 14 with the Atex. That'll do. That'll do just nicely, won't it? Waiting for FaZe Clan to come around the mountain. Now, the dream scenario for NaVi is FaZe peek their heads over and start fighting AfterAlt at exactly the same time the rest of NaVi push in here and get the first knock onto AfterAlt. That is the dream scenario for NaVi. But the same could be said in reverse. The reason why it's more likely to happen this way is because FaZe Clan, from Gustav's positioning, look like they want to come down this way. It doesn't look like they want to go to the north. And that means FaZe are more likely to engage AfterAlt first than they are to engage NaVi. So if anyone's going, stop hopping on the NaVi bandwagon, it's like, well, actually the terrain kind of favors FaZe Clan fighting AfterAlt first. Oh, Dragon Pump. And this is what happens if FaZe Clan opt to fight NaVi first. I mean, it can still happen, but NaVi are properly watching them like hawks. They've got more of a chance against AfterAlt. Mind you, the chance isn't huge anyway. Oh, have they got position up here? Yeah, only just. Oh my god. Oh my god. 29 down to 11. That's 18 damage per second. FaZe Clan, you have to move out. You have no choice. Dragon Pump, no! Dragon Pump, no! No! Aiden onto Gustav. AfterAlt have started the fight against FaZe. Are NaVi going to move in? Dragon Pump, very much the sole survivor here. Could well deny the point to the blue. Not 100% sure. Tries his luck, just peeking at NaVi. They say no. AfterAlt will be breathing a sigh of relief there. There is no NaVi backstab as they fight FaZe Clan. This is now a straight 4v4 for the win. Smokes out. Alia will not have a flank position for much longer, so if he doesn't get a knock, he's going to have to move back because there's no solid, there's no rocks or anything for him to hide behind if he stays on the low ground. Very high risk if he chooses to do so. Utility getting used now. A lot of smokes preventing the line of sight. Trying to even the battlefield as much as possible on the high line. Let's take a look at what's happening here. That's towards Melman. That's very towards Melman. Actually does a little bit of damage onto Uber. Trying to force the rest of NaVi onto the low ground using this utility. Second grenade as well. Another bit of damage done to Melman. If that goes slightly further, you know, that genuinely stops NaVi from moving in. NaVi have to decide what they want to do. Are they going to wrap up onto the high ground? Hibako gets taken down. Example managing to spot him in between the two smokes. Ainen using a med kit, so he's not going to have to boost. But inside the smokes is just utter chaos right now. All it is non-stop utility getting used. Molotovs in the smoke to prevent NaVi from pushing in further. Hibako actually going for the revive. Example very close to being spotted there, but he doesn't. Uber and Klim get taken out. It's 2 apiece at the moment. Now 1v2. AfterAlt have the advantage. Danimon on the high ground. Not going to make it work. It's down to Hibako, who got raised earlier, and he does make it stick. 10 kills, gets the final knock onto Alia. Very messy fight because both sides wanted the terrain advantage negated with the smokes. And AfterAlt, 10 kills, pick up the chicken dinner. NaVi in second place with 11. So very, very comparable from a points haul point of view. Both of these teams will be extremely happy with what they picked up here. And considering they were a duo in third place, FaZe Clan with 9, not bad either.